Namaste. A few weeks back, when I was doing a live program, there was a request from a lady in the program. She said, how to deal with toxic people? Can you give us some suggestions? So, see, there is no hard and fast rule. I cannot say do this and they will change. It doesn't work so easily. But there are certain things which you can do, which you can practice, which can make things much better for you. So I have listed out 5 points, just 5 points. I'm going to tell them one by one. Listen to them and see if you can incorporate them in your life, practice them, and definitely you will see some changes. Now, if you look at people who are very negative, we call them very toxic people when the negativity becomes too much. We also call them a sadist. And a person who is a sadist, he likes to make other people sad. So the words that he uses can be like thorns pricking the other person's mind and often bringing tears to the other person's eyes. This happens, I've heard so much about it. So such people, they find some pleasure in doing this. So they keep on hurting people, keep on making people feel bad about whatever they are doing. That is a sadist. Now if there is a person like that in the family, it can make everybody unhappy because they will continuously use words which make people sad. They will continuously do things which make people sad. This continues. Now this becomes a very toxic kind of atmosphere. Sometimes it's very difficult to live in an atmosphere like that. And what can you do about it? So there are 5 points, as I said. I will relate them now and see whether you can practice. Number 1, first and foremost, make up your mind that you will not get affected by whatever that person does. See, it can be a male, it can be a female. Now, I see it in both the genders. It's far beyond gender. Sometimes it is the wife doing this to a husband, or a mother sometimes does it. One lady in the house being like this, it affects the children, it affects the husband, it affects the in-laws, everybody. So it can be a female, it can be a male, it can be anybody. Somebody whose mind is very negative, they can become a very toxic person, they can become what we call a sadist. Now, first and foremost is, when you get affected by what they do, then they gain that energy to keep on affecting you. When they look at you, tears are there in your eyes. So they will continue to do what they are doing. This I have seen many times with people I have counseled. But the moment you decide that, okay, this person is like that, this person will talk only like this. Supposing maybe you are a lady and you do some cooking and you try your best to do it the best way you can. But when this person comes to eat, he or she will eat and say, what is this? It doesn't taste good at all. Then you feel very bad. You have put in a lot of effort, you have done the best that you can, and this person is uttering such negative words. But over a period of time, you know what will happen. Now you have understood that this person is like this. So you can stop getting affected, because that is where the problem comes. That person is like that, that person is speaking like that. You can't do anything immediately about that. But if you make up your mind and if you stop getting affected by it, if you know that, okay, maybe I have done my best, but this person is definitely going to comment like this, so I am not going to get affected. There will be no tears in my eyes. I will not cringe. My face will not become small. I will remain as I am, because I already know that maybe this is how it will be. So if you decide not to get affected, then initially that person may get angry, because a person like that, a toxic person, keeps looking for signs that he or she has affected you. And when they see that you are not affected, initially they may get a bit angry. How come there's no reaction? There are no tears in the eyes. The person is not cringing. And then they will try to speak a little more. But if you still make up your mind that you will not get affected, then over a period of time, it doesn't take very long. I've seen this again and again in many people's lives. I've advised them to do this and it has worked. That's why I'm telling you. Over a period of time, when they understand that what they are doing is not affecting you, slowly their intensity comes down. The intensity of the words, the intensity of the intention to hurt you, that also comes down, and that is the best thing that can happen for you. So point number 1, stop getting affected. I know it's not easy, but try. Now the second point is the energy of the house. You see, always the energy in which we live affects us. Continuously it affects us. When the energy of a house is highly divine and very highly positive, then normally people's mind also works in a positive manner. It experiences positive energy, positive thoughts are generated, and a person feels good. When a person feels good, he cannot behave in a bad manner. So if you increase the energy of the house, then it can make that person a little calm. And once a person becomes calm, he cannot really become a very toxic person, or at least the level of toxic energy comes down. So try that. Often if you see, if the energy of a house is negative, or if it is very low also, it affects people who are living there. Their mind gets frustrated, irritated, anger comes very easily, and a lot of quarrels happen. So this can change if you increase the energy of a house. And how do you increase the energy of a house? There are many ways to do it. Number one is lighting a lamp, doing your puja, and then playing some divine songs in the morning, creating a better atmosphere, keeping the house clean. All this goes a long way to improve the energy of the house. So that is the second point which you should focus on, which will indirectly, or even let me say directly, affect the other person in such a way that he or she becomes a little bit calm. Point number 3. Now we can also use some metaphysics. Metaphysics is understanding the energy around you and using it. All the energies are there in the universe, and here we can ask for certain colors. Every color has its own quality. So think of a beam of white light falling on that person. This white light has the quality of dissolving negativities. So if you just mentally think, maybe you can't see it in your eyes, when you meditate or when you close your eyes and think about it. You don't have to see it. You don't even have to visualize it. Just think. Your thought is enough. White light is falling on this person, making him or her very calm. And then ask for a beam of pink color. So when the pink color comes, it brings in a lot of positive energy and love. So that again makes the person feel very positive. So when you start giving these colors every day to that person, slowly that person can become a little positive, or a little quiet at least, and a little calm. That will happen. But the only problem here is, many of our Alpha Siddhas have told me that they have learnt all this in my classes, but then they say, when I think of that person, I get so irritated. I don't feel like doing all these good things to that person. So that is the problem. You must also find that energy within you to change that person. So you must be unrelenting in your efforts. You should do it every day. So shower colors on the person. And the fourth thing you can do is talk to that person's subconscious mind. So if you go into a meditative state, you can access that person's subconscious mind. You can tell that person, look, we are living in the same house. Let us have a better energy. Let us have better words. Let us live in a better atmosphere. Create a more conducive atmosphere. All this, you cannot go and tell that person directly. Definitely not. But in meditation, in a relaxed state of mind, you can simply imagine that you're talking to that person and say all this. But find that balance within you to be able to do it. Because many people again say, see, when I think of this person in meditation, I don't feel like talking to that person. So if it comes to that state, then you cannot create the changes that you want. So first of all, find that balance within yourself and program your mind, bring your mind to that level where you can do all this. Talk to the subconscious mind of that person. And the last, fifth one, visualize that the person is smiling, looking happy and positive. Now, when a person is a sadist or a person is very toxic, all this happens because there is a lot of negativity in that mind. But if that person starts feeling some happiness in the mind, then it's very difficult for that person to be toxic or negative or behave like a sadist. So visualize that the person is smiling and looking very happy, beaming with happiness. Again, here also you have to program your mind to be able to do all this every day. But if you can do it, if you can visualize that the person is beaming with happiness and speaking nicely to everybody, then you will see that slowly the change comes over that person. And that is the best thing that can happen for you also. When that person feels some happiness within, then definitely the way the person talks, the way the person behaves, it cannot be so toxic. At least the intensity will definitely come down. So keep these 5 points in mind and try them. Practice them every day and see how it works for you. Let me also know in the comments below.